Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this knob here. If you are only getting air out of your heater vents and your defrost, but not out of the main vents, there's a good chance you have a vacuum leak somewhere. There's a couple of common places this happens. I'm going to show you those. If those two places aren't the issue, you can trace the hose and see where your vacuum leak is. So the first main issue, and you've probably already seen it hang down on yours before, is this little group of wires or vacuum lines here. What ends up happening is this one comes out, and that comes out very easily. So if you just plug it back in nice and tight, you can also put a zip tie around it to hold it in place. That's the first and primary place that it happens. In my particular case, I'm going to come around here under the hood. So there's a little vacuum pump underneath the battery tray here, and out of that pump comes this hose. You can see it here, and that hose, I'm going to try to get it into frame if I can, goes to a T, and I'm pulling it up right here. You really can't see it that well if I can get the light on it. But that little T is what broke off on mine. And if I reach back in here, I'm going to find the other end of that hose somewhere. That's not it. Okay, so I reached back in the back. I found the other part that connects to that little T. Now, I cut this off. I removed the piece of broken hose that was on the tip of that splitter. But this is only a temporary fix, because this is going to happen again because this hose is brittle now and it should really be replaced. So, but in the meantime, this solution will work. It'll also tell you if, maybe your pump's gone bad. If you do this little process and you still don't have it, then maybe the pump has gone bad. But this should get me fixed up. So let me connect the hose and we'll give it a test. Okay, so I've started it up and I have run it through all of the different modes, and we are getting fresh cold air out of these vents. And when I move it over here, I'm getting air in the appropriate spots. So that was a fix for me. I hope it's as easy as that for you. But if not, go ahead and trace those vacuum lines. The other thing that you can do just to make sure that your pump's working and to kind of figure out where your vacuum leak is. So if you disconnect this and you hear that leak is telling you that you've got good vacuum pressure to this point at least. So if you're having the problem still, then your vacuum leak is going to be somewhere up under the dash and up to your unit. If you aren't getting any of that pressure to that spot, then most likely your vacuum leak is on the firewall or the engine side of the unit. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Good luck. Don't forget to like and subscribe.